program are not those of intellectualradio.com, its subsidiaries, or sponsors. Encouraging, educating, and empowering you into action. This is Warriors Talk with your host, Lady ReShell.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell, where we move away from awareness towards action. It's Relationship Monday, and our topic for today is dating after divorce. We are live on Intellectual Radio. We just heard from Roman with the Drive at 5. Keep it locked right here on Intellectual Radio and allow us to feed your brain. Let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Greetings, I am Pastor Michael Richardson.
And I am First Lady Anastasia Richardson from the Emanuel C.O.G.I.C. We're located at 3058 West Van Buren in Chicago, Illinois. We are building upon a solid foundation.
And we're inviting you to join us every Sunday morning on Facebook Live at Emanuel C.O.G.I.C. at 10:15 Central Standard Time. And you can also view our videos on our YouTube channel at Emanuel C.O.G.I.C-MR. Once again, this is Pastor Michael Richardson
and First Lady Anastasia Richardson, and we're from the Emanuel Church of God in Christ. We are building upon a solid foundation.
Your quote of the day is, most relationships fail because we spend too much time pointing out each other's mistake and not enough time enjoying each other's company. Here are your trending topics for today. The White House is specifically open to considering scaling down stimulus checks for families making over $150,000 per year. But the administration is considering cutting off unemployment insurance access and money going towards schools. Also trending, Trump could face substantial legal expenses in the impeachment trial that is slated to begin in little over a week in the Senate. As CNN first reported, Trump suddenly lost his impeachment defense team with the departure of 5 lawyers this weekend. But by Sunday evening, he announced that he has 2 lawyers that would oversee his defense. Those are your trending topics for today. Co-hosting with me is none other than cancer activist, motivational speaker, and the founder of the Gal Foundation, Rizal Gilmore. Hello, Rizal.
Ooh. Ooh. Hello, Lady ReShell. How are you tonight, this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, yourself.
Awesome. I'm so excited about this topic that we have tonight. It's going to be very interesting. And for those of you who are tuning in, please like, share the show, invite somebody else in on the show so that they can get this valuable information. So the topic actually came from one of our listeners, and during one of our shows, they wanted to speak about dating after divorce. And my question is, how do you date after divorce? Like, what does that look like? And I know for everybody, it looks different. Hey, Paula Kelly. Paula Kelly is also one of my sponsors with Allstate Insurance. You guys, you can give her a call at Allstate. Paula Kelly, can you do me a favor and put your information in the comments so that anybody that's needing any type of insurance, they can get in touch with Paula Kelly.
All right. Hey, Paula Kelly.
So again, we're talking about dating after divorce. We know for everybody, it looks different. It looks totally different for everybody who is dating after a divorce. And reasons for getting a divorce may be different for everybody. But we do know that we will go through some sort of grieving process, which looks like if someone, if you lost someone in your family. So it could be denial, it could be pain, it could be fear. It could be anger, bargaining, guilt, depression, and then also accepting what's going on. Hey, Mona. Mona is going to be a guest on our show next week. I can't wait for that. So we're talking about getting a divorce and then having to grieve through that process. And a lot of people have to take the time to actually grieve through the process so that you can heal and move on. All right. So Paula Kelly with Allstate, her number is 708-758-3300. So if you're looking for insurance, you already know that you are in good hands with Allstate. So please give Paula Kelly a call. I would appreciate it. So let's talk about dating after a divorce. What does that look like? So Rizal, when you heard the title, what was going through your mind?
I said, ooh, this is one title, unfortunately, I can't relate to because I've never been divorced. So I can't speak from my own experience, but I can speak from all the stories that I've heard and things that I've seen from people who have been through a divorce. So I do know some divorced people. So I can speak on that part on what I see. Unfortunately, I hope I never have to go through this, in my lifetime.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that perspective. Mona says she's excited about next week. I'm excited too, Mona. I can't wait to hear your testimony. Paula Kelly also put in her Paula Kelly at Allstate.com, so you guys can go there as well and get some information from her about insurance. So I have been divorced, and I have been divorced for, I want to say 5 years. 2016 is when my divorce was final. So my husband and I separated in 2009. So we were together like 17 years. So we separated in 2009, and my divorce was actually final in 2016. So, and it wasn't an easy process. Trust me, it was not. It took a while. It took a while to actually get the divorce, to decide to get a divorce. And, in that process of getting a divorce, you keep trying until you get to the point where you feel like you have exhausted every measure. And this is not a show advocating for divorce. I'm not advocating divorce, but I am advocating getting help if you're having issues in your marriage, and exhaust every measure you can before you sign on that dotted line. So that would be my advice. I don't want people to think that this show is advocating for divorce.
Oh, never that. I'm always, I always say I'm always a fan of Black love. I would love to see people to work it out, stick together, and just make it work, because I saw how my parents did it. I saw how, when I was married, how I did it. There was a time where we were considering divorce because we both were unhappy. And, sometimes things, they just don't work out. But in this particular situation, it did. I guess God just had more for us than we thought. And we stayed together. And I appreciate that lesson from my wife at the time. It was a beautiful lesson, and I continue to learn. So now I'm able to take that experience that she gave me and move forward, with someone to now do it all over again, So, yeah.
Thank you so much to those of you who have already shared the show. Invite somebody else in on the show as well.
Yes, bring them in.
I would say my parents were married 58 years until, my father passed away. So, being married, you just have to make it work. Sometimes you're not going to like each other, and you just have to, do whatever it takes for you to make it work. Now, I will not advocate for if you're being abused in the marriage. I'm not advocating for you to stay. If you are being abused, the children are being abused, get out of there. Get out of there, because it's going to be your life. So I'm not advocating for you to stay if your life is threatened. Get out of there, get to a safe place to where you and your kids can be safe. So I'm not advocating for you to stay under those circumstances. So the first thing that you need to do if you're wanting to date after divorce is you need to be healed. You need to make sure that before you bring somebody else into your situation, that you yourself has taken that time to be healed. And whatever that looks like for you, whether it's going to a counselor or whether it's just, you taking that, carving out that time for yourself to where you're not, around a lot of people, or you're not like trying to invite other people in, and then, you're not ready. So now this rebound person has been messed up because you wasn't ready. So just taking time to just make sure that you're healed, you've gotten that counseling that you needed, and that you taking that time to know what you want in a relationship and what you don't want.
Now, I know you said in the beginning that, there's like a grievance time to be healed and everything. But I think there's some people out there that think of this as a celebration. They're throwing divorce parties and everything like, whew, thank God I'm done. I'm finished with him, or I'm done with her. I can live my life. I can celebrate, and go on. It was just the fact that they were still being chained to that person, because the divorce, that's about what, 7 years that you was waiting for the divorce to go through. That's a long time. Like, finally, after it's done, it's time to, loosen up the bra and relax now, and go and have a good time. I think 7, yeah, it's a celebration for some people. Then, like you said, for some people, it's not. It's, that time of reflection.
Yes, that was me just making sure that I was doing the right thing. And in the process of those 7 years, my husband kept coming back, like, wanting to work things out, but just wasn't ready. You come back as the same person. No. So it was just me making sure that I was doing the right thing,
Well, did you give him a chance
Yeah.
to see if he was a different person within those 7 years after he kept coming back?
Oh, definitely. I've given him plenty of chances. We got back together on more than one occasion. Then I can count on both of my fingers. So again, I was with this man for 17 years. So I wasn't going to just give up easily. I got kids by this man. So he's going to be in my life for the rest of my life. So I just had to make sure that, when I did walk away, it was exactly what I wanted. And I wasn't going to have any regrets when I did walk away. So that was
only
the whole point.
only you know what's best for you. So you did what was best for you, and that's a good thing. Sometimes it is what it is. That's what somebody told me. It is what it is. No matter what you put into it, how hard you try, it is what it is. Sometimes things just don't work out.
Both people have to want it. Both people have to want it. So if one person is wanting it, it's not going to work. Both people have to want to come back together. And so in our situation, both people was not trying to do that. So, you just have to do what's right for you. But then again, you have to make sure that you don't have pride in the way. A lot of times we have pride in the way when we're trying to work out our marriages. And if you have pride in the way, it's not going to work. You're not going to be able to reconcile, because that person is going to feel like, first of all, you told everybody, you told your girlfriends, you told your parents all about this guy, all the bad things that he's done. So he's looking like a crazy person in front of your people. And then now y'all getting back together. So now they looking at you like, you just said that, all these things about him, and now y'all getting back together. What's going on? Mm-hmm. A lot of times, pride, a lot of times people don't know how to forgive each other, like that unforgiveness. If God can forgive us, then we can forgive other people. There should be nothing that another person would do that you can't say, okay, I forgive you. But that pride steps in, and we're not able to forgive people. We don't want to look bad in front of other people. So we would rather start over, not work things out, and go and be with somebody else.
Mm-hmm. This is very true. Pride, ego, those are definitely two relationship killers. Those two things will definitely hinder a relationship. And I don't know why people, they want to keep this certain persona in front of people, like everything is okay. They like putting their smile on like they do their lipstick, knowing deep down inside that they're hurting. So usually what you have on the inside portrays to the outside. And a lot of people don't see it because we're imposed by society, our culture, our families, our own perceptions, our misperceptions, all those different things. And we limit ourselves and create these barriers, visible and invisible, to opportunities around us, because we're letting that pride kill us, you're letting the ego kill us, all these different things. So we got to learn how to apologize and just be able to say, you know what? My relationship or my marriage is bigger than what's happening or what's going on. I love my wife. I love my family. This is what's for me. This is the best thing to do. And just let those things go. And just, no matter, what's what, just be a family. Continue to do that. Love your wife, no matter the altercation.
We have to learn how to stick it out, because a lot of times we don't stick it out. It's like, oh, okay, I'm out of here. You did what? He looked at me funny. He chews funny. I don't like the way he leave his drawers on the bathroom floor. I'm getting out of here. Like, I'm not dealing with this. It's like, get to know that person before you say I do. A lot of times we don't. We want to be married because everybody else is getting married. It's the popular thing to do. We want to be able to say we have somebody. We want to be able to post somebody on social media like everybody else. And then all of a sudden you sitting here with this person and you like, who is this? And now you're depressed. You looking at this person like, I made a mistake. But you may stick it out because you don't want people to say anything to you. You want to, walk around like everybody else just to say, I have a man. I have a woman. I don't know if men do that, but I think women do it a lot.
But I mean, for me, and this is again my opinion, and marriage is not the piece of paper. Marriage is not the rings. Marriage is what you have with that other individual and what y'all have together. That's where the marriage begins. So if you don't know how to treat, nourish, and love and give her everything, then you're not going to have a successful marriage.
Well, Paula says, I never wanted to be divorced, but he wanted to. So after the divorce, I had to learn how to be single. Now that I am single, I just really don't want no one in my space. Being in a relationship is a lot of work and time. I enjoy being single. You know what? I can't even be mad at you because I can't even be mad at you.
Who's that, Paula?
That's Paula Kelly.
Paula Kelly.
Yeah, I totally get it. I cannot even be mad at you because I was in a situation to where this guy wanted to be in a relationship, and all of a sudden I started sweating. My heart started beating fast, and I was like, all of a sudden, like flashing in front of my eyes was like, oh God, I'm not gonna be able to be, do my own thing. Like I'm gonna have to answer to somebody. Like, and that really scared me. And I was like, wait a minute, don't you want to be in a relationship? But I'm like, I don't know, because that right there, it frightened me. So I totally get it. Paula.
Paula, you were not meant to dwell alone. Relationships are built for the enhancement and the fulfillment between the two people. And that's just my take on it. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm not even mad at you, Paula. I'm not. Charles says, Paula, you will change your mind when your king comes along. Hello, Charles. Thank you for that. Yes, Paula.
Yeah.
When
tell him, Charles, see?
You're going to be like, what I say? You ain't going to remember what you said. You're going to run over there and be with your man. She said, so far, so good. You good so far, Paula?
She going to say, girl, I don't know what I was thinking that night. I don't know what was going on with me while you and Rizal was up there talking. Just forget it. But let me tell you about him.
I think when you make that connection with that right person, then, you will be willing to take that chance and say, okay, let me just see where this goes. And you would be surprised. So, a lot of times we have these imposters in our faces and it turns us off to relationships. But we talked about kissing frogs. Kiss enough of them and the prince will come along. You just have to learn how to weed them out faster. Don't allow them to be around for a long time. When you know it's not right, then you got to cut it off and don't look back. Block them, delete them, whatever you got to do.
Oh God.
So that you can save space for, like Charles said, for that king to come. Okay, so number 2, so we'll never get through this list. Number 2 is you have to create a marriage roadmap. So you have to know what a marriage looks like, what a good, happy, healthy relationship marriage looks like. You know what the one you look like what you just got out of, which wasn't happy for you or healthy for you. So now you have to look at people who have been married for a long time, like Rizal was saying, and ask them, like, what's the secret? How do they stay married so long? Get around people who are, positive when it comes to relationships. Because sometimes we be with people, we're like, girl, you don't want to be with him. Everybody you with, that person got something bad to say about that person. So you never have anybody, but yet they going home to somebody. So, just make sure you're around some positive people who, want to see you happy.
That's right. Because, a lot of time it's not going to line up with me. It's not going to line up with you. But just think about what we have. Yeah, we're going to be differences because no relationship or marriage is perfect. So it's going to happen. But you two have to know what you have together. And once you can figure that out, then the marriage is going to be awesome. And it's going to be longevity between you two.
Charles said his past relationship made him better. And they should. They totally should.
Exactly. Honestly, any bad relationship or experience is going to make you better, because what they do, they teach you. They teach you to be stronger. They teach you what not to do. They teach you what to look out for. So all those relationships that you went through, not only do you may not know what you want, but you know what you don't want. And that's what they teach you. Well, at least that's what I learned. And I learned to do better. And once you know better, you can do better.
That's right. Kenya says she agrees. Paula says she's waiting for her king to come, but right now she's good. God will send her king. He sure will. He will send him to you. So number 3 is start doing things that make you happy. Whatever that is that makes you happy, get back to you. You were serving somebody in the marriage. You probably had kids, and you probably was putting everybody before yourself. Now is your chance to think about you before you go out there and invite somebody else into your life. Number 4 is develop a dating village. So have people around you that'll keep you motivated while you're out there trying to date. And also, if they already been out there, then they can tell you what the dating scene looks like right now, because you've been out of it for a while. So you don't know what's going on. So kind of like, chat with them and say, hey, I'm going on a date. This is what's happening. This is what we did. This is where we're going. Kind of keep people involved so that they can, just keep an eye on you and motivate you as you, trying to find that one.
Okay, so this is where we're going to dwell for a moment. So in my singleness that's been on for, some for a little while there, I learned the dating scene isn't what it used to be.
Did you fall asleep, Rizal? Okay, I think Rizal is frozen, you guys. So number 5 is understanding characters and compatibility. A lot of times we look at somebody and we're attracted to like the outside of that person, but we don't get a chance to really get deep into who they are. Okay, Rizal, you back?
I'm back.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, finish number 5. Go ahead, finish.
So,
and then
we need to concentrate on, who that person is, and then allow the chemistry to set in. Once we have went on some dates with this person, we've been around them and maybe some people that they know, we get to see them in different situations. We get to understand who that person is and to see if we're compatible with that person.
But that's the problem. Nobody wants to go on dates these days. Nobody wants to do anything. They don't even want to meet up. They want to see your picture. Oh, you look good. You don't look good. And then, nah, you're not for me. You don't even get a chance to get to know the person. You don't find out his history. You don't find out what's what. It's horrible. The dating game is horrible. It's trash. And I wish this show wasn't censored, because I'll be getting bleeped right now. So I am here to say it is horrible out there, especially with people that are our age. It's hard. And Paul, I'm sorry. You may be waiting for a while. It's not a lot out there. It's not a lot out there. Not saying that it isn't out there, but it's not a lot out there. The mentality of the men and women these days, or this society that's coming, is horrible.
All right. We are talking about dating after divorce. We are live on Intellectual Radio. You just heard her ranting right now, Rizal, talking about that the dating world is trash. Well, let me just say, I do not agree with Rizal right now. I don't. I don't agree with that. I believe that You know, when you get out there, you have to be strategic when you date. You got to be strategic. And again, you're going to have some frogs while you're out there dating. Just move past them really fast. And if you're dating somebody or talking to somebody who don't want to do the FaceTime and they don't want to go on dates, then that's not the person for you. Cut them off quickly and move on. You staying around too long. You shouldn't have to beg nobody to get on FaceTime with you or to go out on a date. No, you gotta go. If I'm talking to you, if we just met and we're talking on the phone, then I say maybe the third or fourth conversation or text, we should be FaceTiming. Don't stay on the texting really long. You got to bring them off of that and get on FaceTiming.
Yeah, but that's it's always an excuse about the FaceTime. And I get this from a lot of women. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not made up. You don't got to be perfect for me. I mean, I know it's going to be the first impression, but no, not yet. Later on, I'm tired. You get so many excuses from women on why they can't FaceTime or why they can't video chat or whatever the case is. It's bull. And this is what make the dating and make it more complicated, because you don't want to do these things. Not saying that you do, Lady ReShell, because you're open to doing it, but all the other women,
Well, Paula agrees with you. She's like, no, you're right. I don't know, Rizal, we always talk about this. I don't know what kind of women that you be talking to, because I don't know. There are women out here that are looking, that are actively wanting to be in relationships, and they're doing this FaceTiming, they're talking, they're going on dates. I don't know who these women are. And again,
honestly, I don't either. They're a rare breed, whoever they are.
All right, so let's go. Well, Paula agrees with you. So number 6 is know that your future mate will come. Now listen, ladies, it may be in an unexpected package, okay? So it may not be the package that you're looking for. It says they may be a little taller, shorter, slimmer, heavier, a different color. They may be older, younger. So you just have to be open to dating someone that may not be your ideal person. Because a lot of times, again, we have these unrealistic expectations of, what we want our person to look like and how we want them to be. So, you may overlook some other people and be like, nope, okay, not the one for me. So just, go out on it, even if it's not your type, even if the person is not your type, talk to them and see where their head is at. Go on a date with them just to see if you guys, connect in any kind of way. You may be surprised.
But this is what I'm saying. They're not willing to even do that. They're not even willing to give it a try. Everybody, they went on their turf, their grounds, their way. You could be the greatest person in the world for this person, and they would never know, because they're stuck in their ways, their ego, their pride, whatever the case may be. So it's like it's just an ongoing thing with this generation, this society. Again, that's just my experience. I don't know. Maybe I need to come to Chicago.
These got to be some millennial peoples that you're dating or something. These
it's mixed. It's older women too. That's like at least in their 40s to 50s. The same thing.
I think
I think it's the older women that's trying to be like the younger women, and the younger women that's trying to be like the older women, and they're getting the two things is getting crossed and getting confused between the two.
Kenya said half of the time they really don't know what they want.
That's true. That is true.
I think that half of the time they do know what they want. So they just be like, no, I ain't putting up with that. If it's one little thing that's getting on their nerve or whatever, they like, nope, bye. I'll take my chances of being single another 6 months. I'm not putting up with it. And you can't really blame them after probably everything that they've been through. You really can't.
But the thing, you would never know what they've been through until they sit down and have a date and explain to you what it was. And I don't think if you're shooting 1 out of 10 things isn't bad. If there's just one thing that's wrong with this guy, or you just don't want to deal with, is it really that bad that you just can't deal with one thing? And I'm just hoping that it's just one thing. I'm just saying. It hasn't come to that point, because now if you can't overlook that one thing or deal with that one thing, or maybe, as Lady ReShell say, get some counseling.
Get some help, please.
Get some help. Like, why can't you work on that one thing if it's just one thing? If you fix that one thing, then you'll have your perfect person.
We're not here to fix nobody. No, don't go into a relationship trying to fix nobody. No. And you don't want to fix nobody. You don't want to complete anybody. You want to be compatible with somebody. No.
Well, you're fixing the thing. You're not fixing the person. You're fixing the thing, because the thing is the thing that leads to the thing.
Okay, so say I'm the person, I don't want anybody who smokes or drinks. That's just me, because I don't smoke, I don't drink. So I prefer to have a man who does not do those things, right? So I already know that my numbers are going to go lower, because most men probably either smoke or drink. If I meet somebody who smoke, if they say I smoke or drink, I may go out on a date with them, but I'm not going to go any further with a relationship, because that's not what I want.
Then already from the door, he wasn't what you want. Why even entertain him if you know that he smoke or drink?
It may be a good friendship. It may not be, we may not be connected romantically. I'm with Kenya. You cannot fix no grown person. I'm not trying to fix nobody. People change because they want to change. No, I'm not trying to fix anybody. You be wasting your time and your life. You'll waste 5 more years trying to fix somebody. You don't fix 5 or 10 people you trying to fix, and now you about 60 or 70 years old. No, there's somebody out there.
I want to, wait a minute. I want to thank Tiana, because she gave me this, I think it was a meme. Thank you, Tiana. I know she's listening. She said, women will deal with a man for 6 years while he try to find the right woman.
Yeah, I've heard that. And that's why these women are cutting men off quicker now. No, they're not doing that. They're
cutting them off quicker, but they be cutting them off for the wrong reasons. They just out there with like a Ginzu knife and just click, slice them off for like reasons that don't even hold no value or weight to it. But maybe to them they do. But again, that's just me though.
That's not your prerogative. You can't say that, because you don't know what they want. Maybe they don't want whatever it is that they say, no, I'm not dealing with that. So you can't say they're cutting somebody off for a little simple reason. It may be a big reason to them.
Well, according to me and Kenya, they don't know what they want. So we back to it again.
Kenya says, I know that one of my puppies, as well as not smoking, would be a casual drinker.
One of her puppies?
I think
maybe her pet peeves. I think she wants to say her pet peeves.
Yeah, we got you, Kenya. We got you. Yeah, so you can't really say that it may be something small. It may seem like something small to you, and that person may be like, no, I can't get over that. That's too big for me. They may say, I want you to have a relationship with God, and you may be like, yeah, I believe in God, but do you have a relationship with God? Oh no, I don't go to church, but I believe in God. And it's like, okay, well, we can't do nothing. And you're like, oh, that was a little thing, but to that person, that was a big thing. I agree. You have to learn a person while you're in a relationship. If they're smoking, they're going to keep smoking. There you go, Paula Kelly.
I'm a fan of smoke. You can smell it. You know if that person been smoking, because it gets in your paws, it gets in your skin, it gets in your clothes, your hair, all those different type of things. So if that person's been smoking or around smoke. So if you don't like it, hey, what's this on you? Just the way y'all smell another woman's perfume or whatever. Y'all can sniff it out.
I'm not knocking you for smoking, because smoking it's addictive. It's addictive, and it takes a lot to quit. But that's just my preference, not to be with anyone. Paula Kelly said, hush, not to be with anyone that's smoking. That's just my preference, or drinking. That's just me, because I don't do it. So I want to be with somebody who's able to, have a good time without doing all of that. Okay, so where are we? We're on number 6. Number 7. Number 7 says, get online. Get online, get on some of these dating sites, y'all, and, sign up and start swiping. Yes, you do. Start swiping. And this is the reason why you're doing this, is because you're trying to just get back in the dating game. You're trying to have conversations with men to see what's really, what's going on out there. You're not going to know. So start having conversations with people. Get you a nice headshot, a full body shot, 140 characters or less, little paragraph about yourself. And yeah, Rizal says no online dating. This is the era of online dating, whether somebody is in your DM or, you're on a dating site.
See, as old school as you are, you should be with me on this.
I'm not.
That's part of the online dating is part of the problem.
No, it's not.
Because yes, it is. It is part of the problem. Because people portray this lifestyle that they live in. You could be whoever you want on social media, but you can't be that person in Walmart. And I see you in the cart with the roach spray and everything. There's just certain things you just can't get around when you meet them in person. Again, thank you. Exactly.
That's why you got to get them off of, stop texting, stop being on the phone, get them on that FaceTime, get them out on a date. You can only put up that charade for a short period of time before the truth comes out. She said, "I'm a social media.
Social media is the devil. That's all.
She said, no dating sites. Gotta try the dating sites. I'm telling y'all, they have one out called Real Black Love. Try it. Just try it. Just get on there. Try it. Swipe. Wink at some people. Have conversations with some people. It won't kill you. Just try it. It won't kill you. All right, where are we?
Number 7, number 8. Where we at?
Number 8 says to go slow. We talked about going slow, kissing some frogs, getting them out of the way. Go slow. Don't feel like you have to be in a rush to find somebody after a divorce. Take your time to heal. Number 9 is if you're starting to date somebody, find out what their relationship history looks like. And that comes from asking questions, having conversations with this person to find out, are all of their relationships ending with, people leaving them all the time? Like, what's going on, as far as their relationship history? Tiana says, no, thank you. I need y'all to get on some dating sites, please. Just get on there and just sign up and you will be surprised. Number 10 is keep in mind your extensions while you're dating. So your extensions are, if you're dating, your extensions are your ex and your children. So if you're dating somebody, be honest with the person that you're dating and let them know what the situation is. Don't try to hide the fact that you have kids. Don't try to hide the fact that you just got a divorce. It is what it is, and be honest.
Well, here's the thing. When is a good time to let that person that you are talking to, not dating, but talking to, and we also got to classify between talking to and dating, because sometimes people, they get those two mixed up. When is a good time to the person that you are talking to say these things to them? Because sometimes it could be too much. You may be giving them too much information and they know too much.
Oh, y'all are hilarious. Like they're not going to fabricate the truth.
And that on both ends, men and women.
Charles said he's still old school, matching people up. Be honest. Be honest with each other when you're doing it. That's the thing. You're gonna be able to weed out the people, right? Like I said, you can only send your imposter for so long. When you start going out on dates with these people, some of that stuff is gonna weed off. If you start off taking me to 5-star restaurants and then 2 months later you can't do it anymore, don't do stuff that you can't keep up. Be realistic with yourself when you're doing that.
That same energy. That's all I always say. But what happens if I do, we were doing that and I do fall off. So now I can't do it anymore. Do you just get up and leave me now? We're not going to date anymore because I can't keep I can't keep up with what I was doing. Because I always say what you do in the beginning of the relationship, if you continue to do what you do in the beginning of the relationship will never end. So what if I can't do those things anymore?
Then you can't.
So I can't do it. So now you're looking at me side eye. Well, you used to do this and now you're not doing it anymore. So now we got a situation going on.
Exactly. Like Paula said, boy, bye. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. If we're talking, then I'm going to know your situation. If you're being honest with me and we're having conversations, I'm going to already know, because I'm going to already peep that you're not going to be able to keep this up. So I'm the type of person where I'm going to be like, okay, babe, I got it next time. I'll pay. I'm not expecting you to take me to these 5-star restaurants. That's not even my style. We can do that on special occasions. I'd rather for us to save that money, go on vacation somewhere, than us spending it that way. So no. Paula Kelly says some people want or need to be married. She will wait on God to send her husband. She's old-fashioned. Wait on the Lord and be of good cheer.
Okay, Paula Kelly. You just sitting around waiting, huh? Okay, Paula.
And God will do it for you. Don't think He won't, because He will. He will. I've seen it happen. Right. All right, so let's talk about my top 10 dating tips after divorce. Okay, here you go. Number 1 is please proceed with caution. Don't be so quick to get in a relationship because you see your spouse now, he's in one, so you feel like, oh, let me match him. No, take your time. Take your time, because men tend to move on faster than women when it comes to a relationship anyway. That's just facts. So take your time and move on when you're ready. All right. And number 2 is make sure that you are healed before you move on. Don't be in such a rush, and don't let other people put you in a rush either. Girl, you still single? When you gonna do this? Take your time. Take some time for yourself. Take some me time and do some things for yourself. Whatever it is, whatever that looks like, take some time and do some things for yourself. Number 4 is don't be so hard on yourself. Things happen. Divorce happens. You wasn't the first person to get divorced. You're not going to be the last person to get divorced.
Nope.
So number 5 is bring your children up to speed. Don't leave them in the dark about everything that's going on. If they have questions about what's going on, address their questions so that they'll know exactly, how we're about to move forward. Number 6 is your ex is not your enemy. This is your family now, especially if y'all have kids. So you have to find a way to form a relationship with this person in order to move on, so that you guys, maybe if you're going to be co-parenting, it's going to be in peace. Do something different with your look. I know with ladies, we tend to, if we want to make a statement, we want to make a change, we cut our hair.
Cut the hair.
Whether it be a wardrobe change, or you cut your hair, or you go back to school, take some classes, whatever it is, change your look. And here you go. Test the waters, you guys. Get out there and just start dating. Talk to your friends and ask them to set you up. You never know. There you go. Subscribe to online dating. Come on, guys. Subscribe to online dating. Got to be open. Just don't, all avenues when it comes to dating. You got to open up all avenues, especially the older we get. You just got to open yourself up. Be honest with yourself about what you want when you're dating. Be honest with that person. That's the talk about the kids, about, hey, I'm divorced. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Okay, wait a minute. These comments are coming in. Paula Kelly.
See, number nine. See, that's where where the BS happens from. Number 9 is the online dating. You like, where do I find these women?
Okay.
There you go. Online dating.
Okay. That's not the only place that you have to look. But I'm saying online dating is another avenue for you to encounter some men and women. It's not your only avenue, but it's one avenue that you can try, especially if you just want to have conversations. You just want to have conversations with people. I'm telling you, online dating. All right. So we went through the whole list. So now here are my red flags to look out when you're dating. If you're, here are the red flags. All right. Number 1, it's been less than 6 months. If you're talking to somebody and it's been less than 6 months and they just got the divorce, no. Keep going. Don't.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Time out. You ain't moving past this one that fast.
Go ahead.
What are you saying? It's been less than 6 months since their divorce. So you filed for divorce in 2009. It didn't go through 2016. You had 7 years. Wait a minute. You had 7 years.
We were separated in 2009. I filed for divorce in 2016.
Now, wait a minute. With the divorce after 6 months, which is half a year, are you saying that the ink is dry on the page? Y'all are done. It's not okay that's a red flag for somebody not to move on? within
Rizal,
6 months?
these are my red flags, okay? These are my red flags, all right?
This is where you got to put the
If
disclaimer out
they
there
have
that
been
views and
divorced
opinions of
for
Lady
6
ReShell.
months, if they have been divorced, because I guarantee you, if they have been separated with their spouse for a period of time and they just signed those papers, you're not the first person that's in their life. There's somebody else. Yes, there's somebody else. So if they just signed those divorce papers and it's been less than 6 months, keep moving.
I'm definitely going to need everybody to comment on that one. Okay, what's number 2?
The conversation is about them blaming their ex. When you're talking to them and they're constantly blaming their ex. He did this, she did that. It was all about what they did, and they're not taking ownership of anything.
I can kind of agree with you on that one. So
flag number 3, the conversation is all about their ex because they miss them and they want them back. So every time you turn around, they're bringing up the ex.
Okay.
Go ahead. Red flag number 4, they have a victim mentality. Everything is poor me, woe is me. Everything is about, everything is about, oh, me. They're always the victim. Number 5, they want to spend every waking moment with you. You know, they trying to move fast in this relationship. It's been a month. They already want you to be their woman.
Well,
don't do it.
Okay, so let's stop here. Well, wait a minute.
Exactly, Paula. Why me?
Well, maybe that person know what they want. Maybe they're moving fast because you fit the criteria, you fit the description, you fit their oohs and their ahs and everything. Because come on, beyond, there's no time limit on when you should love or when you should not love. I mean, it's on everybody's pace on when they're ready to do at their own given time. If I get divorced 2 weeks ago and 2 weeks I meet somebody and I'm in love, I'm just in love. Sure, it may not be the best choice because you think that should take my time, but what if? What if it goes from there, I get married and live happily ever till the end of time?
There is always.
It can't happen like that? There's no silver lining anymore? Tell me, somebody let me know. Where's the let me know. There's no more silver lining?
Okay. Let's wake up. Rizal operates in the exception to the rule. No, because they need to stay somewhere. They need somewhere to stay, yeah? Rizal, if I just met you in a month and you're talking about let's get married, let me make you my woman, not gonna happen. I'm gonna think that something's wrong with you. You a serial killer, or you're a homosexual. You need somewhere to stay, like Kenya said. It's not happening. I need to see you in different lights, different activities before we just do that. It's not happening. Paula Kelly said, "Come on, that's for sure." Okay, she says you may think that they fit the criteria, but do they really fit the criteria? I'm gonna give them some time so that I can get to know them. A month, I don't know. You could, right? Do they fit it in a month? They may not. Okay, let's get to this next one because we are out of time. What number we on?
We always run out of time. I don't even know why you're trying to rush through it.
I'm about to get through this. Okay. All right. Oh, we said that one out. They want to spend every waking moment with you. All right. So number 6 red flag is they get angry and defensive. Every time you asking them a question about their past relationship, they got an attitude. Paula Kelly said, "No hobo." They have attitude with you. They want to. Y'all about to go to blows because they upset because they don't want you to know what happened in their last relationship.
Well, you should leave the past in the past.
Yeah. Number 7, they treat you like a therapist. They are telling you every time y'all together, they are telling you about another story of what happened in that relationship. Mm-hmm. And you find yourself giving this person advice after advice. Number 8, they have not taken the time to heal. And that's the most important thing, is take that time to heal so that and we know that we all have baggage. So that you can bring as less baggage as possible into that new relationship.
But how do you heal after being with someone for so long? I mean, all you know is that person. Especially like, for instance, like my situation. Me and my wife was high school sweethearts. I'm all that who she knew. She was all who I knew. And, over time, the great, no, it was more than that, probably about a good 20 years that we spent at least had together, marriage and all. So how do you, take your time after that or heal from that? Those memories is just unforgettable.
You get help. And if you want, and especially if that person has passed on, right? Like if a person is divorced, you get to see that person again, you may see them, feelings may come up or whatever. But if that person is deceased, it says until death do you part. Yes, your feelings are still involved, but do you stay there and deprive yourself of going on with life and being happy all over again? You go and get the help that you need, the counseling that you need, you grieve as long as you need to, and then you go back out there and you find somebody else who's going to contribute to your happiness. I mean, you don't have to throw away those memories. They still in your mind, but when you with that new person, you don't go bringing up those memories. Yeah, me and my ex-wife used to do the. Yep, you're gonna be right out the door. Okay, see ya. Yeah, packing you up with a picture. No, you don't do that. If you can't heal, then you don't need to be in a new relationship. And that's how we're going to end the show, because that's it right there. You don't need to be in a relationship if you are not healed. And again, healing is different for everybody. And I'm not saying that you have to be perfect to move on to a new relationship, but you should have some form of healing. You should have let go of some things. You should have forgiven. You should have accepted some things and be like, okay, I'm ready.
Okay, but I agree with Kenya on that one too.
Yeah, you have to grow with your man. I totally agree with that. And a lot of times we do. We do get stuck. And you should be growing at the same time. And a lot of people do grow apart because one person is elevating, one person is doing something totally different. You have to do it at the same time. You have to continue to communicate with your partner so that you can elevate together. So I totally agree with that, Kenya.
I agree, Kenya.
What's your final thoughts, Rizal, on dating after divorce?
Dating after divorce. My advice would be really sit back, take the time, and think about what it is that you want. And I'm sure, as we said in the show plenty of times, don't go looking for what you want. Go for what you need. So that'll be my final thought.
Paula Kelly gets the last comment. She says, great show. I love my singleness. Some people are happy being single, but just like Charles said, when your king crosses your path, you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready.
You have to be ready.
So I will leave you guys. First of all, thank you so much for listening to the show, for sharing the show, liking the show, and for your comments. It's really appreciated. I appreciate you every single week that you come and watch the show. So thank you so much. I will leave you with these words of wisdom. You cannot start the next chapter in your life if you keep rereading the last one. So join me next Monday right here on Intellectual Radio at 6 p.m. As always, thank you for tuning in to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady ReShell. Co-hosting with me today is The Biz. Warriors Talk is changing lives, one warrior at a time.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition of Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell. To find out more about Warriors Talk, follow at Warriors Talk, the number 1, on all social media outlets, and Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell on YouTube. Please join us next week and every Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on intellectualradio.com for Warriors Talk with Lady ReShell, where we encourage, educate, and empower you into action.